I know it's late, but still best team in Madden. And I was still trying to figure out some stuff before we made the video. So we'll just have to talk about some of that stuff next week. Yes, next week. Now, this past week, we had a bunch of content. Oh my God, tons of content. It was also a week where you could say it was a waste of coins. It was a waste of coins. We didn't really get anyone that stood out from the crowd. Now, there may be some cards you like, some cards you don't like, and that's what we're going to be going over here today. Abilities and all that, talking about the pros and cons of some of these new cards. But with the cost of being real high, you don't need to go buy cards like these. You just don't. Okay, like, take it from me. I've used a no money spent team where I use a right guard at right tackle. He plays fine. Same as Willie Anderson, okay? So figure that out. But we're gonna go over it again. There was lots of content last week. This week, I mean, not so much, but still, it's fun to talk about all of the new cards with the Ultimate Legends. We have a lot of cards in our binder that we're not using, so we're gonna get into it today. Start on offense. New pickups, Gary Zimmerman. Now, I like having identifier out there. I really do. There's probably like a better combination of things that you could do with it. If I didn't want post up here, you know, I could use one of these, but he doesn't get identifier. He gets threat detector, right? Threat detector here for one, which is cool. What's what we've been waiting for, but I don't really want to use it right now. So that kind of sucks. Zimmerman gets either edge protector or identifier for 0. If you only need to use one of them, that's a great card. If you need to use both, he's kind of the same as all the other cards. It is what it is, right? Like, it is what it is. It's offensive line. Do they really matter? Nah, just find the best AP situation for what you want, and they're fine. Congratulations. Quarterback, the big one, Mahomes. Is he the best? I think there's a big debate going on who is the best, and I think that's a really good thing within the game. You don't have to use Mahomes. You don't have to use Brady. You could use Flacco. You can use a lot of these different cards. And again, the way I would go about it is, 1, find a quarterback who gets the ability stack you want for as cheap as possible, and then 2, can you handle throwing with their release? Some people cannot, and again, that is a case-by-case basis. A Joe Flacco, for example, he throws a great short ball. His deep ball's not so good. If you don't throw deep a lot, Flacco's great. You know, like, so you try these cards out. You may hear me or someone else say, like, this is the best quarterback. You should be using this card. And it's because it's for how they play. Maybe you don't play that way. Maybe you don't need Hot Route Master. You know what I mean? So Mahomes. But the bigger thing here is we're still using our motivators. Gridiron Gardens motivators cards. So that's that. As far as receivers, I do not have the new George Pickens. I haven't tried him yet. Looks good. It looks good. All these receivers are pretty good, though. They're all kind of lumped together, in my opinion. They're not like that much better than the other ones. Same thing with Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, guys like that, which we just kind of like have in our binder. Edelman, all very similar cards, man. Again, if you're building a theme team, go for that. If you need something AP specific, like you need a route tech for 0, well, your options are going to be a little more limited. They're all fine. They're all fine, okay? Now, running back is a very, very interesting one. I like old Bo Jackson. I'm always kind of attracted to the use of a Bo Jackson card. And he looks great. But I don't know if he's the best. It is great with short and elite for 0. And if you wanted to use something on him, put tank on him. That's helpful. A lot of people are hit sticking. This Bo card, it's a very solid card. As for running the ball, he don't, he's probably not top 5 at running the ball. As crazy as that sounds, you're better off with Byers or Derrick Henry, Quadfather, those 3 for sure. But he does run routes fine. He catches the ball fine for what I ask him to do. I don't run the ball a lot with him, and I do have Quadfather hidden in the background, still active. So if I really need to run the ball, that's what we do there. Now, ability points here. Obviously, we're going to use all 12. Mahomes gets a 5 stack. Cool. Gronk short in. Some of these guys don't see the field. Short out on MVS mainly because I play him on the outside, and if someone man presses, we can just throw up the old streak. AJ Green's in the slot. We talked about Zimmerman before. Again, if you need both, there's similar options. Bo, again, we talked about. Carmichael, I am trying mid in the lead on him because he's kind of runs mid in routes for me for the most part. We'll see if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. Obviously, backups, cool. Delaney Walker, red zone threat. I put this on him recently, and I want to try incorporating it into my offense. One thing that a lot of people don't do, and this is myself included, we have so many free abilities in the game, but you still get stuck at these certain points in times where you don't make the proper substitutions. Like, we have a guy with red zone threat. He should probably only be in the field when we're in the red zone. Right? If you have someone with goal line stuff for 0, it should probably be in when someone's in the goal line. You're like, you know what I mean? And too few of us make those substitutions, right? A little Quadfather there. Again, the offense is very good. It does everything you could ask it to do. If you wanted to switch out a receiver, a quarterback, running back for the one that you like more, I think that is fine. No matter how the team looks, overall wise, coin cost wise, whatever, very comparable to many other teams. There's not a wide gap in cards, guys. There is not. If you're looking to build the best team in Madden or any other game, make sure you head over to MMOEXP.com. Avoid the packs, save some racks, pick up your MUT, MT, and many other games. Use code CC 5% off. Let's be great. Now, defensively I don't really know what I want to do. I'll say it. That's kind of why we have the delay here. And I'm actually recording this right before we post it. I don't know what defense I really want to run. And I don't know what ability stacks I really want to run with that. I am trying a bunch of stuff. So if you've played me in House Rules or Weekend League the past 2 days, you've probably crushed me, because I'm just trying to figure out, like, can I get blitzes out of this formation? Can I make good adjustments? Can I stop the run? And I'm being very stubborn. But again, I like to try different things. I want to figure out what's going on. There's growing pains that go with that. So if I've played you and you've won, high five to you. Awesome. Ain't no excuses. I'm just trying different stuff, and that's the way you get better at this game. True. Not just Madden, okay? Cromwell, very good. New change. Charles Haley, fine. Special? No, not. I don't really think he's special. He's fine. Rodney, fine. Max, fine. Haloti Nada, fine. He's really fat. I don't seem to do a whole lot, but he's there. Nick Bosa, when we used him, fine. Not any different than anyone else, truly. And it's just, we'll talk about that in a second. I've been using Jalen Watson, Isaiah Simmons at corner. Again, all fine. Tillman, he's played fine. Doesn't differentiate himself all that much from any other card that we have out there. So my indecision sees us with 9 ability points, and I don't even really want to cover it. It's really the basic stuff that we have out here on defense, and I want to change it. Again, your abilities and your ability sets and your AP that you're using should all be geared towards the way you truly want to play. I just don't know what that is. So I've left some real basics on here on these guys right now, so that I know, that's okay. They still have something on them. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect stack, top to bottom, all 11 cards on the field, but it is what it is. So one thing that's difficult to make pass rushers better is offensive line is pretty good in the game when all things compared, right? Like they suck at blocking generally, right? But what I mean is the pass rushers are all the same because all these linemen have pretty good stats, right? 99 pass block power, 98 pass block finesse. That means that like they're getting the advantage and they're fatter, right? So the offensive line actually generally has the advantage. And it's still scary to think about, but it is true. And for so long we've been able to negate pass rush abilities with 1 AP and starting to get to 0 AP. So defensive line abilities, the only reason I'm using like edge threat elites out there is strictly for the under pressure-ness that comes along with it, and that 10, 15, 20% of players who do not use edge protectors or secure protectors, those are free wins. That's the only reason I'm using it. I don't necessarily think it's good to use, but for 1 AP and I can get edge threat and under pressure, I can use 2 of them. It's fine. Remember, if you're doing it, don't contain with those cards because then it doesn't really work. But like, man, I feel like there's just something missing here. I feel like once we get to 98 overall, and cards take another step, the ability discounts take another step, and we start to get the 99s, maybe Team of the Years, the All Madden 99, the Team Affinity 99. A lot of those things are going to really open stuff up for some really weird ability combinations. You're getting much deeper in the year where I feel the need to run 3 abilities on certain cards. And that's what I would like, because for the best way to play, especially on defense, the best way to play in this game is to be extremely versatile, right? Yes, if you play DB Fire 2, every play, you should have flat zone KOs. But if you're like me, I actually like to run different versions of coverage, 2s, 3s, 4s, 6, all that sort of stuff. I mix it in. And what that means is that if I have Revis over here with only flat zone KO, and I have to put him in a deep half, a deep third, a deep quarter, he's basically a useless player out there. So you either maximize your AP and only play 1 coverage, or you make those players versatile. Those 4 players, your safeties are probably fine, but you know, maybe sometimes if you're playing a cover 3, one of them is in a curl flat or a cloud flat or something like that. But for the most part, they're going to play deep. But that's what I want. I ideally, and this is being greedy, I want to get flat zone, mid zone, and deep out zone on all my outside corners and safeties. I'd pay for that. I can make it two APs, fine. I'll put 8 AP on that right now. Then I can be versatile. Otherwise, I gotta just hope that in those moments when I put Charles Tillman in a flat, that you don't throw to him. So very interesting there. Again, we'll just look at playbooks real quick. Specialist, I tell you what, I don't know what it is. I hate this card right now, this Tariq Woolen card. Can't figure it out. It's weird. But I'm gonna keep for whatever reason, all my settings in the game got reset. So my ball hawk, my defensive assist, heat seeker, all that sort of stuff, all got reset. So I've been playing for a couple of weeks without it, which really made a lot of sense because I missed a lot of really easy tackles and I've had a lot of really weird non-animations. So maybe that'll change. So I'll play more. But I would really like a nice safety as soon as possible. A big safety. You know, give me an upgraded Peppers or Calvin or Hendricks. Like, I love those guys. Here we go. West Coast offense, Jaguars defense for now. Don't say, oh my God, what are we running in Jags? I put that in. It's 9:50 right now. I put that in my lineup at like 9:30. Okay, we'll figure it out. But that is the best team in Madden. Again, I'm not worried about overalls. I'm worried about getting the best players I can on the field for how I play. Until we can get to 99 overall, that's the way we're going to build our team. And when we get to 99 overall, we'll build it once, we'll use it, and then scrap it, and then go back to what is the best for me. Hope you guys learned a few things in here. I think you should have today. And I'm out. Peace.